Did you know that you can make Teutonic Knights in Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition? Well, normally you can't, but you can make them in the open beta for the upcoming Baltic Powers DLC for Age of Empires 3D. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at today. I'm frankly shocked nobody has dedicated a whole video just to this one revolution, since it is pretty crazy to see in a game that's all about gunpowder weapons. But yes, you can make the Teutonic Order themselves, the Kingdom of Livonia, as a Fortress Age revolution for not just one, but multiple European civs. Polish, Germans, and Maltese. Crazy, right? Yeah. So let's look at the cards. Once we do that, let's get right into the gameplay and I'll show you how to actually do it, Because a lot of you probably want to try out Teutonic Knights in Age of Empires 3. It's really fun. It's not the best Revolt, but it's a fun one. I am trying to master myself. And I don't know everything about them, but I have been working at it since the beta came out on Thursday. So let's go over this together, shall we? As you know from Age of Empires 2, the Teutons are pretty famous for their civ bonuses related to defense, right? Crenellations, all those sort of things. So it was only natural they were going to add defensive stuff to the Livonians, right? Yeah. So first is first, we got Town Militia. More attack to your town center. And the ability to call out a bigger batch of midmen. Generic card for most of the European civs. Pretty obvious includes for a civ like the Teutons. That is all about defense. And I keep calling it a civ because, while it is a revolt, it almost feels like a new civ because of the level of unique units that they bring to the table and cards and stuff. It's kind of to give them the honor they deserve, really. And another card that we've had for a while is part of the German civ, Teutonic Town Center, a team card. Pretty obvious choice since it literally has Teuton in the name of it. So, of course they had to add that one, right? Again, it makes their town centers even better. Mercenary camps. Now, this one was an interesting influence by the developers. This effectively makes mercenary acquisition much easier for you because not only do your taverns get replaced with mercenary camps, which you can have a higher build limit of, but you can also train so many more mercenaries that you might have not potentially had before, like Jaegers, Landsknechts, Giant Grenadiers, Black Riders, even Panders. Pretty awesome. It makes mercenary play pretty good for you. In particular for Polish, which I mostly use this Revolt with, you'll be able to make all those on top of the Gala Glass and the Fusiliers, so huge number of mercenary variety. Here's the first new card that this Revolt has, Teutonic Order Castles. Now, this is one that I don't think you're going to get right away, but as you're going deeper and deeper into the game, you're probably going to want this to be able to access mortars, because it gives you a fort, researches the upgrades for free, and it allows your forts to train mortars. So if you're dealing with the late game situation where people are really walled up, they're turtling like crazy, you need some quick mortars to siege them out, get this. It's the only way you're going to get. And that's kind of the negative thing about a Fortress Age Revolt is you don't have the mortars unlocked yet, so you actually have to go through the trouble again this card to get it. But still pretty nice. Trip to Jerusalem. Again, we're dealing with a medieval order of knights, so of course they were going to include this card with them. And yep, obviously just send this later in the game once you've racked up a ton of deaths on your side, so you can get the most from it. Goes up to about 1,200 resources, where you get about 10 wooden coin for each unit you lose, so you lose 100 units. It's going to be way better than if you just lost one unit. Right? Now, for maps that have trade sockets, like trade routes, natives, definitely consider getting this card later on. It gives you 2 trading post wagons, so it helps you build up the trade route for your team a little bit better. And your trading post will trickle about 0.6 of each of the 3 main resources, so food, wood, and coin. So not only are you getting stuff from the trade route, you're going to be getting stuff from the trading posts themselves, acting like little mini factories churning stuff out for you, right? Not only that, though, but you can even get economy from priests with this revolt. Yeah, monastic ranges. So your priests go from a bunch of random clergymen to just heal your units to actually being able to work the farms themselves, just like an actual monastery. That's why it's called monastic ranges. Those little small gardens that the monks run at the monastery to be able to grow their own food. So your priests will be able to gather from berries, mills, bulwarks, and estates. Gather rate is improved near a church, town center, or commandery. So you get like effectively 30 extra gatherers to work with, since your build limit for priests is normally 30, right? Quite good. And you're going to have even better gather rate too, thanks to that second effect, so it's really awesome. Yeah. Baltic Crusade. Now, this is one that you're going to send a lot more early, I think, in the Revolt. It's really the key to winning the game, I think. So, before we even get into this one, we need to understand, like, what are the unique units that the Teutons have, so we'll just go over that briefly. Firstly, you got this card here, Sword Brothers. For those that are playing Germans and Maltese, it replaces your sword unit with the Teutonic Knight, and then your hand cavalry, if you have access to it, with the Knight Brothers. So, essentially, Teutonic Knights are kind of the Teutonic Doppelsoldater variant, but they have properties making them much more similar to their Age of Empires 2 counterparts. They have all three types of armor: Pierce, Crush, and Hack armor, so they can resist melee damage, range damage, and siege damage from artillery. That's very good. Plus they get splash attack, anti-cav multipliers, they get the deflect ability too. So if you have other troops on the field, they will be able to deflect some of the damage for them as well. Very nice. And then the cavalry unit there, the Knight Brother, is basically almost like an Elmedi with the charge attack. So it gets a little bit of a charge attack, and then multipliers against infantry, very tanky cavi, that sort of thing. On the right side here, you also have another similar card to that, Half Brothers, that unlocks the Order Musketeer and the Order Crossbowmen. Order Crossbowmen are just Italian Paviciers, but they speak German, and then they have the Teutonic decal on their shield and everything, so just visually different. Order Musketeers, though, are a little bit more new. Essentially, they're just a baseline musketeer that can build outposts and can heal itself when idle. So this card would effectively replace any gunpowder infantry like muskets or skirms that you have, and that sort of thing with these, pretty much. So yep, pretty simple. And you even have some shipments here that we'll go over too. And then we'll get back to this one once we do that. So you have Teutonic Knights, of course, we just talked about them. Fortified wagons. These are Hussite wagons. Yes, Hussite wagons are now officially in Age of Empires 3. Not just mods anymore, they're an official part of the game. Pretty good. They're essentially like kind of like the mobile armors from Wars of Liberty, so instead of focusing on damage output, they're more so tanky. And they get deflectability too, so they can soak up some damage of your other units too if you'll let them. And you get the Cranacliner, Mounted Crossbowman, good against infantry, has a weaker rate of fire, but good promotions. And then we just talked about the Crossbowman. So going back to this, essentially you're taking both of these units here, and you're giving them 30% more attack and double the siege. As you can imagine, both the Brothers, the Mounted Knights, and the Dismounted Knights, great combat units, but they don't have the best siege. It's when you get this that they become real siege monsters and start winning games for you. Just so you know. Other than that, there's some other things we need to go over, Squires. Now, when I do this revolt, I often will start with this so I can start producing my main knight units right away, and I pick up Squires. Squires, as you know, the Maltese card that makes units train almost instantly from forts, but will also improve your training rate from barracks too. This is very important because if you read right here for the revolt, you start with the fort wagon, so you can start taking advantage of this right away. It's like really good to go for. And the High Master, by the way, is your explorer. So you do get Peerage and Knighthood, these two cards here, that you can send in to get those, since, again, you're not in the Imperial Age, so you need to ship those in, so that'll make him even better. He can build forts too, so it's very, very nice. It all comes together very quickly. Other than that, there's just a few other cards to mention. Steel Bolts. Since your main skirmisher is going to be the crossbowman, of course, the Livonian crossbowman, Steel Bolts is an obvious pick. Gives you more range, makes you better against buildings, more multipliers against heavy infantry. It just makes it an all-aboard better unit. Yep. This here, Rig of Blackheads, gives you access to the Black Riders, which you can technically already access through mercenary camps, but in case you haven't sent that yet, you can get them through here. And you get a bank too. So, if you're looking for a bit more immediate coin income, go for this. If you already have enough coin, go for this. Right? Keep in mind that with this revolt, you do not lose your settlers. They don't convert, but you gain 1 Burgher Militia for each settler that you got. So, you will be able to keep training more villagers over time. So you might end up choosing to go with this if you already have an established set of estates and you think you can boom towards that. But if you don't have enough coin, maybe you'll go for this first. Who knows? Right. You do get access to the Adler von Lübeck, so you get the battleship. So there is a bit of water consideration there too. And there we go. These are all the cards of Livonians. I figured what I could do is at least show you my perceived method of reaching the revolution. It's not a perfect one by any means, but it is somewhat viable. So we'll try it here against an AI. I might get creamed though, because this is my first time ever trying this out in a 1v1. I, for the most part, have been using Livonians in team games, either 2v2s or 3v3s, so no guarantees that we'll survive this. But if we don't survive this, it will force us to survive this using less than honorable means, so we can see the revolt. So let's go. So, at least when you're doing it as the Polish, you need to make sure you have enough agricultural buildings set up right away when you're going for the revolt. You also want to make sure you have mercantilism research at the church, so you have a lot of extra shipments to work with right away once the revolt's active, so you can make the most of it. But we'll see right away how to do that. It's pretty fun, actually. I would suggest you build a folwark instead of a house, mainly because the folwark will give you more build value than a house and thus more XP. You could build a house as well if you wanted to save the wood for something, but if you don't care about using the wood for anything else, just go with the folwark, honestly. It's usually the smartest play. There you go, see? Look at how much your XP goes up when you go for that. Pretty sweet stuff, right? Yep, absolutely. As far as age ups for Poles is concerned, you're going to want to go with folwark specializations for free with the largest edition. That's because the last thing you want to worry about when you're trying to train a bunch of knight units for a ton of food and gold is having to put bills on wood just to get more farms. This effectively makes your farming process like doubly as good, I would say. So just do that and you should be in pretty good shape. Let's go with my Teutonic deck here. It's a big emphasis on economic cards, particularly agricultural ones, because I want to be able to stay safe and cozy near my farms when I'm spamming out knights at them. That's kind of the idea. So we will just make sure we herd these hunts in, and then we'll be all good to go, right? We just go for this here. Get that now. Perfect. Let's get some on wood. Yep. Now, once this makes the transfer over, you're going to want to move your stuff to the folwark to get the maximum farming rate. Because the card I just sent is a bit of a trade-off card. It makes your hunting rate, like, really bad. 0.5 for hunting is disgusting, but look at the farming rate. Your farming rate's actually better than your hunting rate. This effectively turns you into a turtle that you can use to defend a lot easier around your TC, right? So we'll want to move right off there. Get right into that. Very good. See if there's any other treasures we might want here. I'll have to decide right away what we go for after that. Yeah.
Służę pomocą.
Get this.
Uczynię z mojej łaski. Tak też z mojej, tak jak z mojej
I might go
łaski.
for unit shipment actually. It's a gauge up, yeah.
Gotowam jest, tak też uczę. Jestem górniczką. Jestem górniczką.
Czegóż chcecie? Tak jak tak też uczynię. Uczynię, tak też uczynię. Z mojej
Get you over
łaski.
here. You can actually make full works to handle herdables too, like this one. So if you want to do that, you can happily do it. I'm just going to be going for farming ones because it actually improves my farming rate, giving me even more food. That's what we'll
Rozkazana.
do.
Jestem sprawiaczką.
I could actually get a herdable one, but alright. Let's get some crossbowmen for right now. And then we'll probably pick it up with the Royal Decree after that, I would assume. Yeah.
Tak, drwal.
Witajcie.
Służę uczynię jak prosicie.
It's
Z
this
mojej,
coin.
tak jak
Very good.
prosiliście.
Yep, see, we can still farm on it, it just won't farm as good.
Czemuż mnie nie dochodzicie? Z mojej łaski. Proszę bać pana. Uczynię.
Now, herdables is something I usually don't work into my strategy, so this might give us a bit of an advantage that I normally have. Be quite nice.
Witajcie. Sprawiacz.
I'll get a church right now, just so we can maybe get the Royal Decree next, possibly.
Uczynię jak prosicie.
Because the Royal Decree will actually cheapen up our age up time by making our age up so much cheaper,
Z mojej
though
łaski.
making the age up time much slower. But if we go with the Exiled Prince, which you see we get here, still isn't bad, so we'll just do that.
Proszę uczynię jak tak też uczynię.
Rozkaz zbiera.
Let's go for
Czegoś
this.
chcę uczynię jak prosicie.
Awesome.
Jak
Very good.
prosiliście. Czegóż chcecie wasz z mojej
Go down
łaski.
and grab that
Uczynię
tiger
jak
down there.
prosicie.
Just take out Tony the Tiger and we should be all set.
Proszę bać pana. Z mojej łaski. Tak też uczynię.
Actually working pretty good right now. I'm sure the AI will be on our tail real soon, so we'll have to
tak
work
jak
quickly.
prosiliście.
Make sure we don't get cooked.
Z mojej łaski uczynię jak prosicie. Z mojej jak prosicie.
Get the Royal Decree now. This will help us out later too, by the way, since it also cheapens our economic technologies. So when we want to get our seed drill, fertilizer, even our wood chopping techs, it will actually help us out greatly with that
Służę
too.
pomoc. Z
So
mojej łaski. Tak jak
it's all for a
prosiliście.
reason,
Z
folks.
mojej
It's all for a
łaski.
reason.
Tak jak
Everything we do
prosiliście.
now will help
Też
us out
uczynię.
later.
Gotowa. Jestem górniczką.
It's mine now.
Czemuż mnie z mojej łaski tak też uczynię. Tak jak uczynię jak prosicie.
Drwal.
Proszę
Hey, he's already coming for me. Look at this. Alright, let's get the age up now.
Z mojej łaski.
Witajcie. Jestem górnikiem.
Uczyń z mojej łaski. Tak jak proszę tak. Uczynię jak prosicie. Tak też uczynię. Proszę tak jak tak też uczynię.
Awesome.
Uczynię z mojej służby. Uczynię jak
Actually doing pretty well here.
Yes, fatten yourselves up.
Drwal.
Gotów, drwal.
Czemuż tak jak
This
prosiliście.
animal too. Perfect. I think we're actually doing pretty good right now.
Służę pomoc z mojej łaski. Tak jak prosiliście. Tak też uczynię.
All you need is about 750 food, wood, and gold to actually get the revolt going. So
Uczynię z mojej
should
łaski.
actually be able to get the revolt right away. The
Witajcie.
one thing I'll do if I can, right before it though,
Służę
is
tak,
actually
jak
just try to
prosiliście.
get as much gold as possible and get mercantilism. is if we can get mercantilism early, this can be a huge advantage for us in the revolt. So maybe we'll try to vie for that first. But if I see Aztecs showing up in my base, we're definitely pulling the revolt trigger right away and send out the Bergen militia on them. Mercantilism is about 1,500 gold. If you have a gold mine in your base, it's pretty easy to go for, but if you're stuck with just mere silver or copper, looking for your other mines is very important to get the most of it. We're very close to picking up the mercantilism right now, so we'll just pick that up right away once we see, I might have to pull it out early. I didn't want to, but let's get it right now. If he is coming in. Is he coming in? Yeah, he's coming in.
Tak też uczynię. Uczynię jak prosicie. Tak też z mojej łaski. Tak jak prosiliście.
I'm in the men too.
Prowadź z życiem.
Forward here.
Tak, panie. Rusza za ojczyznę. Co rozkaże?
Get some wood too.
Do ataku. Otworzyć ogień. Do ataku. Co rozkaże? Jedny rusza za ojczyznę. Prowadź.
I do need some housing though. That's
Za
my
ojczyznę.
problem. So I'll do that right away. I'll get the training first, since I can't ship anything anyways. Some houses out. I should be able to train out some Teutonic knights right here too. Maybe pick up squires. Get the base part of the strategy going and then go from there.
Jestem górnikiem. Sprawdź.
Awesome work.
Uczynię jak prosicie.
I'll probably try to press him to a bit with my militia once I can do it.
Prowadź w jednej chwili, panie. Rusza.
And this is the High Master, by the way. He's your main revolt hero. He's got a ton of hit points, so he's like a literal tank hitting the enemy.
Co rozkaże?
You'll want to soak everything up with him and let your other units sort of tag along to help out, really. That should be your main strategy for the most part. This is honestly a pretty impromptu setup by me, so typically for me it's a lot more organized than this. We're holding pretty well. We're doing pretty decent. I find it interesting how he's going with like mostly spearmen to fight my gunpowder units. It's like kind of interesting actually. Because you'd think he would want to go with like slingers. That, but I guess not. More good for me, I guess. You know, that's all I can say. Let's get some crossbowmen too. This is how good these units are. Look at them. Look at all the splash attack they do and all the armor they got. Beautiful unit. Let's take them out. Work over there. Let's not waste any time and go right for the throat. Go right for the kill. We don't want to take any time with this guy, especially since we weren't able to get mercantilism. Throw in some extra swordsmen too. Now for the rest, we might be able to swordsman too. Probably just get more Paviseers, probably. Yeah. I'm just basically trying to spam out everything I can right away. Yep, just go for the kill, man. Or we could actually pick up the Baltic Crusade now and start sieging them heavily. That's another option.
Verstanden. Auf wird erliegen. Jawohl, verstanden. Angriff. Ja, jawohl. Auf verstanden. Ja, wird erledigt. Jawohl. Bereit, verstanden. Wird erledigt. Jawohl. Ja. Sasa.
Some more of these, yep.
Pace, das ich soll. Dies war Auftrag in den Kampf. Ja, das ich
soll. Let's go for the TC. Or the War Rod. Let's go for the War Rod.
Bereit, Angriff. Auftrag. Jawohl.
You like get these slingers Just shoot the slingers, man.
Jawohl.
Ja, Haste.
Do you have an R?
In den Kampf.
You might have an R1.
Auf wird erledigt.
Bereit, das ist ja. Streetet.
Jawohl, jawohl.
Haste, Stürme.
Bereit. In den Kampf. Wird erledigt. Jawohl.
Ja, das ich soll. Ja.
Verstanden.
You wiped out my whole army!
Verstanden.
Slingers, really? Well, you know what that means. We're actually gonna have to get more of these through the shipment.
Tak jak prosiliście.
And then we're gonna have to
Służę pomocą
get
z
the
mojej
horsemen now, get the Knight Brothers. This is what the Knight Brothers are really good for here.
Sprawiacz.
Gotowa. Jestem
I
górniczką.
would say
Natychmiast
keep
wykonam.
the herdables and then focus on mining.
Verstanden.
Proszę was.
He's still hunting me.
Prosiliście.
Unbelievable. Give me the Knight Brothers now. That's going to be our key for butchering
Uczynię
slingers.
jak prosi. Z mojej uczynię jak prosi. Tak, z mojej, tak jak prosi. Z mojej łaski.
I think we're still in good shape, though.
Rozkaz drwal.
I believe we've still got a fighting chance here, so we should be alright. See, with these herdables now, we can commit more to the coin, and thus get more out of that.
Uczynię jak z mojej
See, now that we got mounted ones, we'll be able to run them right into the,
In den Kampf. Jawohl. Verstanden. Jawohl. In den Kampf. Jawohl.
You notice how he runs when we send the lancers out. He knows, like, he can't fight lancers with these, so he just cowers away,
Uczynię jak
just like a pagan fighting the Teutonic War in the Baltic states.
Rozkaz drwal. Witajcie. Sprawiacz.
proszę z mojej łaski.
Ja, right. Wird erledigt.
Witaj. Zbiera. Gotowa jest.
Gotów drwal.
Czem tak też uczynię jak prosicie. Z mojej łaski.
Witajcie. Sprawiacz.
And then we can actually come up to the middle to grab that mine as well. So we're not even out of coin yet, really.
Gotów jestem. Sprawiacz.
Czemuż tak?
Prepare yourself for death.
Jawohl. Angriff. In den Kampf. Bereit. Bereit. In den Kampf.
Ja, dies war, das ich so. Sasa. Ja. Streetet. Ja. Zerstören. Dies war. Ja.
Rozkaz pojmuję. Jestem
Służę
górnikiem.
pomocą. Tak, uczynię
Der
jak
letzte
prosicie.
Stürmer.
Ja. Jawohl. Verstanden. Wird erledigt. Jawohl. Auftrag. Jawohl. Angriff.
I'm surprised how annoying these slingers are, actually. He's actually microing them really good. Not giving me an easy hit on him at all. Just making my work that much more difficult.
Ja, in den Kampf. Bereit. Angriff. Verstanden. Wird erledigt. Jawohl. Ja. Wird erledigt. Jawohl. Jawohl. Bereit. In den Kampf.
Pace. Ja. Das ich so. Streetet. Ja. Zerstören.
Bereit. Jawohl.
That easy down.
Bereit. Jawohl. In den Kampf. Auftrag. Angriff. Jawohl. Jawohl.
I'll just get some more archers that way.
Tak też czynię. Jestem sprawiaczką.
Bereit.
Verstanden. Wird erledigt. Jawohl. Ja. Bereit. Angriff. Bereit. Verstanden. Angriff.
Kill his production going. Actually, you know what? You know what we'll do? We will pick up some,
Gotowa jest.
let's get some of the Hussite wagons in. That might be better. That way we'll have some artillery.
Jawohl. Bereit. In den Jawohl. Verstanden. Jawohl. Jawohl. Angriff. Jawohl. Ja. Wird alle in den Kampf.
Ja. Streetet. Ja.
Ja. In den Kampf.
Bereit. Sasa.
Bereit.
And then we'll get some more Teutonic Knights next, yeah. Beautiful.
Auftrag, jawohl. Verstanden.
And then more crossbowmen.
Ja, verstanden.
Pace. Teutons.
Wird erledigt.
Bereit, Sturm. Pace. Ja. Sasa. Ja. Bereit, Teutons. Sturm. Pace. Sasa.
Auftrag. Ja,
Bereit, Teutons. Pace. Dies war...
bereit. Jawohl. Wird erledigt. Verstanden. Auftrag. Ja, jawohl.
Vašim službám. Rozumím. Ano, pane.
Witaj, jestem górniczką.
Bereit. Wird erledigt. Auftrag. Ja, verstanden. Jawohl. Auftrag. Verstanden. Bereit. In den Kampf.
Gotowa. Tak. Jestem sprawiaczką.
Ja? Jawohl.
Ja, ja. Dies war...
Bereit. Angriff.
Ano, rozumím. Jak žádáš, rozumím. Do útoku.
These will give us a lot of tankiness, these,
Verstanden.
SI wagons.
Verstanden.
They act as artillery at long range.
In den Kampf.
Ano, do zbraně.
Then we'll throw some Kraniquiners in too.
Jawohl. Bereit. Angriff. Ja? Wird erledigt.
Do útoku.
Ja, ja.
Jawohl. Auftrag.
Bojujme, do zbraně. Ano, do útoku. Bojujme. Do zbraně.
Tak, zbiera.
Auftrag in den Kampf. Jawohl. Ja, Angriff.
So basically, you should treat them like mounted skirmishers in a way, because they have 2x against heavy infantry.
Tak też jestem górnikiem.
Should be the end of this AI at this point. Notice how I'm throwing a lot of wood if I don't have a lot of coin. This would be the time that you probably want to go with half-brothers and start throwing in crossbowmen to act as a nice buffer for your army and give a nice amount of range support. The only reason I didn't pick that up yet was because I wasn't able to pick up the steel bolts yet, and I felt like it'd be a little underwhelming to go for that.
Vašim službám.
Jawohl. Ja, Angriff.
Rozkaz pojmuję. Sprawiacz.
I'm
Rozkazania.
surprised I didn't even make a sigil
Jestem
all game.
sprawiaczką.
That's how chaotic
Bereit,
this was.
sich soll.
Tak jak prosiliście z mojej...
Jawohl. Verstanden.
Maybe we'll pick up half brothers now, so we can add in ranged troops.
Bereit. Jawohl. Jawohl. Bereit. Jawohl. Wird erledigt. Verstanden. Jawohl.
Pace.
The Aztecs are defeated.
There you go.
Will the sun
Bad
never
bing, bada
rise
boom.
again?
At least under Khan I can handle it in a 1v1, it looks like. But there we go, people. This is the Teutonic Livonia Revolt for you. As a recap, when you're doing this revolt, I would say start here, go here, and then either go here, here, or start sending out units depending on what your needs are. But other than that, it's a really fun revolt, and you should try out whatever works best for you with the rest of the order, alright? That's all I have for today. I want to do the same thing for the Hetmanites, the Ducal Polish, and also the Prussians and modern Germans, too. Yes, you can play as Prussia. But not as Poland, though. You have to do it as Germany. That'll be another treat for another day, okay? See you all then.